Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Wolf, and I made a video a while back on how to hit headshots. Now, that video has gotten over 1,000 views, but it really kind of sucks. It's not very informative, and there's a lot of mistakes I made in that. So I wanted to take some more time to make an updated video on how to hit headshots. Alrighty guys, so it all starts on your desktop. So what we're going to be doing first is adjusting our DPI. Now, adjusting your DPI can be different for just about every mouse. Some mice have programs that you can use, and other mice have buttons that you press to adjust your DPI. For me, I have a program that I can adjust my DPI with. Now, DPI is completely up to you. I would personally recommend anywhere between 400 and 800, but if you have a higher DPI and you're comfortable with that, then stick with it. Just use whatever you're comfortable with. And I personally prefer 400 and 650, so you can give those a try if you're looking for a new DPI. But just keep in mind that 400 DPI is very, very slow, and some people think it's too slow to use on your desktop. Personally, it's fine for me, so that's completely up to you. So what we're going to be doing next is adjusting our INI file for Rainbow Six. So we're going to go to File Explorer, Documents, then we're going to go to My Games, Rainbow Six Siege, and then we're going to open up our profile. I have 3 profiles here. I have 3 games installed, but for you, you should just have one. So just double click on it. Double-click on GameSettings.ini, and then you're going to be greeted with a bunch of text. Now, these are all of your in-game settings, but all we're looking for is input. Now, it's about halfway down, so just scroll about halfway point, look for input, and it should be pretty easy to find. So, what we're going to be adjusting is the mouse sensitivity multiplier unit. Now, I don't fully know how to explain what it does. I could spend a while trying to explain it, but it's hard to explain, and it would take a really long time, and again, I don't fully know what it does. So basically what this will do is make your mouse movement in-game smoother. Now, there's like a slight jitter. I never actually noticed it until I changed to this multiplier, but with the base multiplier, there's like almost a slight jitter to your mouse. It just doesn't feel perfect and smooth. So after I gave this a try, I kind of noticed how it was, whether it was like the placebo effect of it's supposed to be doing this and I just thought it was, or it actually did. Either way, I enjoy using this multiplier over the base one. Now, your base one is 0.20000, which is actually the X Factor aiming one down here. So if you mess this up, you can just copy this one and put it right up here, and it'll be fine for you. So you can change it to this multiplier. What I have here is 0.002230, and this is an insanely low multiplier unit. If you use this, your sensitivity will be super slow in game. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. With a low sensitivity, you can hit your longer range shots, and if you get used to it, you can even hit your closer range shots better and be more accurate. But this is completely up to you. You need to use a sensitivity that is comfortable with you. But if you like having a lower sensitivity with a lower DPI, I would highly recommend using this multiplier unit. Alright, so after we've figured all this out and you've gotten it to a point where you like it, we're going to go in-game and start adjusting our settings. Alrighty guys, so once we're in-game, there isn't really a whole lot more I can say. You just have to keep on practicing. Now there's some methods that you can use to practice and get more efficient at practicing instead of getting into games and waiting for the matches and queues and all that kind of stuff. So what you're going to want to do first is go to your matchmaking preferences, and this is what we did in the last video, but what we're going to be doing here is turning on Terrorist Hunt Classic, make that one the only one enabled, so disable Extract Hostage, Protect, and Disarm Bomb. Then you're going to really just want to choose some maps that you're comfortable with. Now in the past, I just recommended to use House, but I actually would recommend against that. Try selecting all the maps, because what happened to me is I started playing on House a lot. That was the only map that I used, and I actually memorized where all the terrorists spawned. So there wasn't any snapping or having to really adjust because a terrorist surprised me and trying to hit a headshot because of that, I already knew where they all were, so I could pre-aim and pre-fire everything. So I'd recommend using all of the maps, turn off some of the ones, maybe like favelas, because that one's a little annoying in Terrorist Hunt. That's my personal opinion, but that's completely up to you. And so after you do that, then you're pretty much good to go. Make sure that your sensitivity in-game is set to a point where you like it. If you change that multiplier, you're going to have to adjust your sensitivity up pretty high, because it is a low DPI. So instead of, let's say you had 6 before, with this multiplier, you're going to want to have something more like 70, which would be closer to an equivalent to 6 with this multiplier. So find something that you're comfortable with then, and then just go into a terrorist hunt and make sure that you select lone wolf, and then just go into normal. You could go hard or realistic, but I'd say normal is the best way to practice, because the terrorists don't shoot back at you very much, and you can really practice in normal without having to worry about dying or anything like that. In hard, it gets a little bit trickier. I mean, you can use hard. I use hard occasionally. It can be a little bit more fun because it's a little bit more challenging. But for realistic, I would not recommend it. The terrorists can shoot you through walls, so you won't even see them when you die. So it's not very realistic, despite its name. So really, the rest is all up to you guys on how you practice. It's really the only recommendation I can give to get good at aiming is just playing and practicing, and you need to focus on hitting your headshots. Don't just come around a corner aiming low, aim high, and go for those heads. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section below, and I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Hello.